All right, welcome everyone to Tuesday training. My name's Ashley Thompson, and tonight we are going to talk about two of our favorite products, the Xfactor and the MegaX. And a lot of times on these calls, we talk about how to share and what to share, but I think the reason that we share is because of the products. And I originally started for weight loss and energy like a lot of you, but finding these other products have literally just I almost feel like they could run the company on their own because they're just that amazing. So when I started, I gradually added one product in at a time, and I discovered all these extra amazing products like the Xfactor, like literally life-changing. I cannot go without it. And then I always knew essential fatty acids were important. And when Plexus came out with the MegaX, it was like the missing link that a lot of us didn't have in our health. So tonight, we're going to just tell a little bit about what they do and a little bit about how they work, and then we'll open up for questions. Like I said, if you have any questions in the meantime, you can go to the bottom and use that little chat box. It might, on a phone, say participants, and you click on that and hit chat, or on a computer, it just says chat. So I am going to mute myself, and I'm going to let Heidi and Adam share a little bit about what it's done for them. So go right on ahead, Heidi.
So I'm going to talk about what the Xfactor has done for me, and that's our multivitamin. And so I started Plexus back in December, and I was taking the triplex. And although I saw a lot of benefits from the triplex, weight loss was something that I didn't notice. So in March, I decided to add in the Xfactor multivitamin, and I would say about 2 weeks after I started taking Xfactor along with the triplex, pounds just started coming off. And I had my son back in October, so I had definitely baby weight that I needed to lose, and I was eating healthy. I ate organic. I cooked everything from scratch. I went to the gym 5 days a week and worked out hardcore, and I just couldn't lose this weight. And so once I started taking the Xfactor every single day, the pounds just started coming. And from March to August, I lost a total of 26 pounds. And I didn't change a thing other than adding in the Xfactor. So that just goes to show, obviously I wasn't absorbing all of our nutrients, and the Xfactor has aloe in it, which is super important because the aloe kind of acts like a taxi driver. So if you have a cell that's deficient in a certain nutrient, the aloe is going to take that nutrient and drive it to the cell that it's deficient in. So I was actually not getting everything out of all the healthy food that I was eating, and that made a huge difference in my weight loss. And also the Xfactor is fully methylated. So what that means is if you're 60% of the population who has this gene mutation, it's called MTHFR. And sorry, I got little ones in the background. But 6 out of 10 people have a gene mutation that does not allow them to fully absorb their B vitamins and their folate. And so if you're taking folic acid and you have this gene mutation, you're not really getting anything out of the folic acid. You're just kind of peeing it out. And so with the Xfactor, you're actually getting all your vitamins, all your nutrients, and all your folate. So, which is super important for everyone. And then I'm going to turn it over to Adam, and he's going to talk about the MegaX.
The MegaX. It's 3, 6, 5, 7, and 9, so a couple different omegas in there. I started originally taking it just we noticed that it helped someone with hair growth. And my family's all been plagued with baldism, so I was like, well, we'll give it a shot and see what happens. And in a month's period, I noticed I haven't gotten any hair growth back, but I haven't gotten any worse. Like my hair quit falling out, which is a good thing. And I've also noticed that one of the big positives of taking the Omega was my sleep got a lot better. It definitely helped in that aspect where I'm able to sleep all night. I'm able to lay down in bed and go to sleep instead of sit there and stare at the clock all night long and try to rest. Other things that it helped my sleep with was dreaming. I dreamt for the first time in years, something that I never did before. And just by starting dreaming after I started taking the Omega was a pure sign to me that instantly my sleep was getting a lot better. A couple other things I've noticed is, I mean, it's not great for me, but I mean, it is great for other women that my nails grow a lot faster.
Might be Xfactor too.
Yeah,
I noticed that with Xfactor.
Yeah. So I mean, that's something that has helped with. As far as my hair, also, I now get haircuts every 6 weeks as opposed to every 3 months. So that's something that has helped my hair grow a little bit better. A couple other things. Yeah, it's all plant-based, so there's no nasty fish smell, and it's a small capsule, so it's not like any of the big ones that you gotta choke down. You don't have fish burps at all. There's really no taste to it whatsoever. And there's no mercury from being fish mixed. With it all being plant-based and organic, there's really nothing in it that's bad for you at all. I think that's about all I got.
Thank you for sharing. And actually, you guys have an amazing testimony. And if you heard the whole testimony, I mean, it's just amazing. So we'll probably have to have you on again when we talk about the E's, Adam, because he's had amazing results with that too. It's crazy though, because the MegaX, when I started it, like I said, I just thought it was something that you needed for health. Like, okay, I probably need this just to complete the health, but it's the same thing. Like, I didn't know that I wasn't dreaming until I started it. And essential fatty acids can help with your brain growth or brain health, right? So maybe that's it. I have no clue, but I dream like crazy vivid dreams every night. And if the boys wake me up, I'm able to go right back to sleep. So love it. I think Chris was going to share Heidi's picture. We're going to share it, Heidi.
All right, I have to figure this out. Okay. Is that showing?
Yeah.
Okay, it's probably some other stuff on there too, but so there's Heidi before and after, and looking awesome.
And that before picture, I never intended anyone to see that. I was in the like, I'm never going to wear a two-piece again, and I sent it to Adam, and I'm like, this looks horrible. And yeah, here it is.
I wish they would have let you put the Xfactor on there, that was, you know, something that you noticed differently.
That's what made the big difference was the Xfactor.
Mm-hmm.
And Heidi, this was 3 months into your Plexus journey, right? The top one?
Started, it's like early December, mid-December with the triplex, and then this picture was taken in March. And I took the Xfactor like shortly after this picture was taken, and then August.
Wow.
And I'm still losing weight, which is kind of crazy. I'm like, okay, I can stop now. But I'm down 3 more pounds since this. So.
Wow.
So you're almost at 30.
Yeah.
Well, I thought this was super important though, because we try to help, you know, ourselves and our customers. And I've heard more than once that adding the Xfactor has been what's been the key. And people think, how is that? Because it's a vitamin, but it's literally because you're not absorbing all of your Plexus products if you have poor gut health. So while you're working on getting your gut healthy, the aloe and the Xfactor is not only helping you absorb all your vitamins by over 300%, but it's also helping you absorb your Plexus products and your nutrients from your food. So that's how I can explain it. But
it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
The folate that's in the multivitamin actually helps with getting the excess folic acid out of your body. Now there's folic acid in a lot of our foods and everything else. With it having the actual folate, it's kind of helping to get some of that out, because they're starting to find out more and more that folic acid's not as good as they thought it was for you. So it's another thing that helps alleviate things.
Oh, wow.
Well, I guess I have a brother that's taking folic acid now to help keep a lot of his meds in, because he's on so many meds that they're no longer staying in his body. So they gave him folic acid, and it's actually making it worse. So he's looking into taking the folate to try to help combat all the extra folic acid that they put in his body.
Wow.
It's one more thing of the Xfactor kind of.
Yeah. I learn something every day. I did know that it's great for pregnant women because, yeah, a lot of times to do with the folate, the folic acid, so that makes sense. Okay, well, Tina, we'll go to you if you're ready.
All right, I'm going to take my glasses off. Well, I was going to talk about the MegaX. I kind of am like what you guys were talking about earlier with the sleep. I actually used to be on prescription sleep medication. I had to take Ambien or the generic version of Ambien to get to sleep at night. And it had some pretty crazy side effects, and I didn't like it at all, but I just could not get to sleep without it. And so I finally just said, this is ridiculous. I've got to get off of this. But the MegaX has helped me tremendously. And I have to say that I was already taking the ProBio 5 at night. So I was taking that. It was not necessarily helping my sleep. But when I added MegaX, which would have been about a year ago because it was after convention last year, I started noticing that I could fall asleep just, I don't know, within 15, 30 minutes of me taking that. And like you were talking about, like you guys were talking about the dreams, the vivid dreams. I mean, totally having dreams that I can remember. And Kevin, my husband, has said the same thing. And we both were not the type that generally would remember our dreams. And, but what that tells you is you're getting into that deep REM. And that's so important for feeling just refreshed in the morning and well rested. And so I just have loved and raved about the MegaX ever since that came out last year, because for someone who has really struggled with sleep for a long time, and I'm talking probably at least 5 years. This wasn't just like, oh, for a few months I couldn't sleep well. I'm talking for 5 years or so I was on prescription sleeping medication, and I hated it, but I needed to sleep. So anyway, I love MegaX, and I can't say enough good about it.
Woohoo! Thanks, Tina.
Sure.
Okay, Natalie is our fabulous upline. Did you have anything to add or anything you want to share about it?
I don't have anything to add. I thought everybody did a good job. Adam, what do you do for a living?
I install granite countertops.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you're in healthcare.
No. I went to school for 4 years to be a pharmacist.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it definitely interests me on how things work and what's in things and everything else. So I have a little bit of a background, but no, it interests me. So I look a lot of it up and do a lot of research.
Yeah. Good job, guys. Yeah.
They seriously joined in December, and I learned from them. I've done it for 3.5 years. So.
It's great to have them.
Right. I wanted to add, if anyone has like extra questions or people that want to do some research, all the ingredients are on the website. So I'll tell people, here's my website, click on products, and then you can actually look at the label. Like there's a 3D label that turns. And we also have an Excel spreadsheet that's in our file section with all the ingredients that they can take that ingredient list either to their doctor or pharmacist, and they can tell you what's in it and how it works and if it's compatible with their meds. But also you can search the ingredients on PubMed. If you do just a Google random search, sometimes you will find blogs and really old information that's not correct. So I always tell people, make sure you're on like a reputable source. And if you want something quick, you can Facebook search it. We have a lot of health professionals with Plexus. And like, if I have someone that, say, for example, we're talking about being pregnant in the Xfactor, instead of taking your prenatals, taking the Xfactor, I will go to the top Facebook search bar and I'll put Xfactor pregnancy or Xfactor pregnant or, something like that. Those keywords of anything you're looking for. and I will find information, articles, testimonies specifically, where I can say, oh, okay, so-and-so used this when she was pregnant, and this is what happened, to her. And, because I think people like to know and talk to other people. Most Plexus people will tell you their story and they'll help you. Okay, my boys just found me. So sorry if it gets loud. And also YouTube. All of our, Natalie's a nurse, I'm a nurse. I have a YouTube channel. I have some informational posts on there or videos, but we have doctors, we have nurse practitioners, a lot of health professionals that do YouTube videos that take a lot of the guesswork out, I think. So, I mean, what are some? Ame Darling's amazing. And, spit some out. I'm like, Jill Werniss.
And Jennifer Pickett.
Jennifer Pickett, that's what I was thinking. I love Jennifer Pickett. She's very professional, super short to the point. Like, her videos are short. Some people say, what's ProBio 5? I can be like, hey, this is what it did for me. Here's a quick video on it. Or, So those are some good ones and ways to learn about it. And
Joe Warnes has a video on the Xfactor and tries to explain the methylation and the folate. Still a little over my head, but it does kind of give you a little bit of information.
Yeah, the methylation part was what, I don't fully understand it, but like I do know that 60%, so most people have that gene mutation where they're not absorbing, they're not fully using their vitamins. So that's probably me. A lot of people are wasting their money. So I think Plexus is the only one that has a fully methylated vitamin, which is crazy.
I know that Jill said that she knows of, it's the only one in the world that has the aloe with it. So, I mean, that was kind of one thing that we can say, and with the aloe and that combined, it's going to help. I didn't realize till probably 6 months ago, my chiropractor did some lab work, which he never does lab work, but he did some special thing last year and he was talking about it. And he said that I have that mutation. And I said, I do? I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm on the right vitamin then. And he was kind of talking about how if you, it's kind of like it protects your cells. And if it's something that it's kind of like a domino effect. So it's in charge of so many things in your body. So we are all protected. I love the Omega X or the Mega X also because of the sleep. I sleep like a rock. I haven't really ever had any sleep problems, but I feel like I sleep really well. Alicia was also going to talk about how the Xfactor has helped her. So you're up.
Hello. I think my story is pretty similar to Heidi's. I started the triplex first, and I actually didn't really have any weight loss, no inches, no nothing for the first 3 months. My daughter was 4 months old when I started, and so I was nursing her at the time. But I was feeling good, so I just stuck with it. And then on the 4th month, I added in the Xfactor, and I tell everybody it was a huge game changer for me. I dropped 10 pounds that month, and I know it's just after everything I've learned, it's that I got my gut healthy and that inflammation was down, and just adding in that Xfactor allowed my body to absorb nutrients like it'd never done before. And it's the only vitamin I've ever been able to take that doesn't make me sick to my stomach. So I really didn't take multivitamins because everything made me nauseous. And this one I can honestly take on an empty stomach and it does not affect me. So it was a big game changer for me, for my health. And I'm a huge advocate for everybody taking the Xfactor. Unless, of course, you have a latex allergy. I always like to tell people that if you do have a latex allergy, go with caution because you can be sensitive to aloe. Now my sister, she's allergic to latex and it didn't do anything for her, but it didn't give her any adverse reactions either. I have another girlfriend that she took it, and I didn't realize that she had a latex allergy, and it made her skin break out. So, I mean, it just depends on what the severity of your allergy is and how it may affect you. But so if you don't have an allergy, then I highly recommend it. And the chewable. My kids love the chewables. It's kind of a hit or miss on whether or not kids like it because it's a sour grape taste. My kids love it. It's their morning candy. And so, but some kids don't like that taste. So it just depends. But so anyways, yeah, huge advocate. It was a big game changer for my health and getting me healthy. So that's it.
That's amazing. I'm glad you brought up the aloe thing because I never knew that until you told me that. So,
Yeah.
you know, everyone reacts differently to things. And, you know, sometimes I've had people break out literally just because of a detox reaction, like starting the ProBio 5, but it could be the Xfactor too. And also the nausea, you know, I used to get really sick on vitamins too. So I can take this on an empty stomach, does not even faze me. That's interesting.
Hey, Ashley, I just wanted to throw this out there. Alicia and I were at Sarah's house a couple weeks ago. Chris too, for Sarah had this wild tree party for us to put these meals together. And the gal that was leading it used this word that I just can't get it out of my mind because it really just kind of hit home. And I think it's a really good word for us to use, especially when people are coming back saying, well, it's not working. And the word she used was bio-individuality. And it was just such a great word. And it really just kind of summed up really what we do. You know, people come back and they don't understand. They're like, well, but it's not working for me. And I just thought she was talking about something completely different. But when she said that, I was like, wow, what a great word to just sum up all of us, you know, and a really great way for us to kind of overcome those objections in one word, you know. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. I kind of couldn't get that off my mind. And I thought it would just be a really great way to, you know, overcome those objections when people don't understand why something's working for someone but not working for them.
That's so true. Amen. I think John Marble has made a blog or something similar to that, like just saying, you know, just like anything else you take, one person it makes them sleepy, one it makes them wired, or, you know, everybody's different. Okay, should I stop recording and then anyone has questions? I'm going to stop.